What is up, everybody? We are back here at King Film Sports for the NFL 2023 Divisional Round betting locks and game predictions. We just had a great wild card weekend with some thrilling action, other than the Monday night game, of course, where the Cowboys thoroughly blew out the Bucs. So we get into the recap of what happened here. We had Niners minus 10 on Saturday, and this one was looking bad early as the Seahawks actually had the 1-point halftime lead, but then the Niners just stomped all over them in that second half. Seahawks defense was nowhere to be found, and the Niners won that by 18. Then we had the Chargers minus 1 in an ungodly bad beat here. The Chargers were up 27-0 in the latter stages of the first half, and then they proceed to blow the lead and lose outright by a point there. That was just so jarring. Offense could not run the ball at all in the second half and could not score, and so we lose that one in heartbreaking fashion there. Then we had the Dolphins plus 14. This one was looking bad early, but the Dolphins climbed all the way back, nearly won this one outright with Skylar Thompson at quarterback. We will take the cover easily there. Then we had the Vikings minus 3, and their defense was just nowhere to be found in this game. The offense was decent, but Daniel Jones was looking like an all-pro quarterback, and Saquon Barkley could not be stopped in the ground either, so the Giants get the upset and win outright in Minnesota. Then we had the Ravens plus 8.5 on prime time, and they looked really good to win this game at parts, and probably would have done so if Tyler Huntley doesn't fumble the ball on the 1-yard line, and then the Bengals don't return it for a 98-yard fumble recovery touchdowns, but the Ravens still get the cover there. And then on Monday night, as I already mentioned, the Cowboys blow the doors off the Bucs. Might have just ended Tom Brady's career, but we will see there. So that brings us to our betting record here, and for the second straight week, we are plus 1.8 units. Kind of uncanny there, but we will take it. So now that brings us up to 23.0 units on the season. And as I mentioned before, we are trying to get 30 units up. We only have about 7 more games left in this NFL playoffs, but we could get really hot. We will see. And then for the game picks, 184 and 93 still sticking at 67% there. But before we get into the divisional round predictions, I must plug our sponsor, BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook for 29 consecutive years. And if you sign up using our promo code link in the description, then you will get 125% sign up match bonus. And then also sign up for our Discord. Link will also be in the description, where we give out our free daily gambling picks. So be sure to sign up if you are into sports gambling. So with that out of the way, we get to the divisional round predictions. We started off here with the Jaguars and the Chiefs. Kansas City coming off of the bye at home in this one. Give us the Jags plus 9. I don't love this play as much as I would if the Chargers were in this spot, but the Jags got blown out in Kansas City, I believe, 6 weeks ago, and they've gone on a big winning streak since that game. And Trevor Lawrence played horrible in that first half, but that second half gives me a bit of optimism that he can play at the highest level. And if they do play like they did in the second half against this Chiefs team, I think they could win outright. You've just got so many backdoor possibilities with this 9-point spread. And I do not think that the Jaguars, talent-wise, are that much worse than the Chiefs. I think that young defensive line can get at Patrick Mahomes and cause him some problems. And I ultimately just think that Trevor Lawrence-led offense, if he can limit the mistakes, will keep it close. And that one, still give me the Chiefs to win outright, but Jags cover the 9-point spread. Next, we get to the Giants and the Eagles divisional round battle here. And although these teams played twice in the regular season, neither were particularly entertaining. The first one, the Eagles just completely rocked the Giants. I believe that they won that one by 20 or 30 points, was never close. And then the second game was week 18, where the Giants were resting all of their players, but still kept it to a 6-point game. In this one, give us the Giants plus 8. They just went into a raucous environment in Minnesota and won outright. I don't expect Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley to play as well in Philadelphia, because you're playing against a vaunted Philadelphia defense in this game off the bye, rested. but I still think that the Giants offense will play well. Brian Dable has been a great play caller this season, and ultimately I'm a bit skeptic of Jalen Hurts. Remember, he was horrible in that playoff game last year in Tampa Bay, and he did sit out in week 16 and 17 with the shoulder injury. Did not look good against the New York Giants backups in week 18, so I'm not sure how much healing he's done in the past couple of weeks, but I don't think that he's going to look like his MVP self in the first 15 weeks of the season. I think there's going to be some struggles in this game, and I think there's going to be some opportunities for the Giants to keep it close. So give me the Giants plus the 8 points in that one. Next game, we get to the Bengals and the Bills, and this will be a fantastic game on Sunday. And give us the Bengals plus the 5.5. I just think this is way too many points. These two teams are so equal in talent, and I just think it's going to come down to who has the ball last between Burrow and Allen. And I honestly trust Burrow a lot more than I trust Allen. Allen played great in the playoffs last year, but he was scary to watch at some points in that Miami game. Almost sold the game. He had a couple of fumbles. One was lost for a touchdown, and he had a couple of picks as well. So he can be a bit reckless. And this Bengals team, as they showed against the Ravens, can make you pay for the turnovers. I ultimately think that the Bills have the better roster, and they are at home in this one. Not to mention that the Bengals will be without 2 or 3 key offensive linemen, but I think even with all that, the Bengals will still be able to move the ball with Joe Burrow. I'm taking them to win outright as well, but just going safe with the spread prediction of plus 5.5 there. And finally, we get to the Niners and Cowboys. This is a rematch of the game last year in the playoffs where the Niners went into Dallas and upset the Cowboys. Give me the Niners minus 3.5 here. I just think that Dak Prescott will not look as good as he did against that Tampa Bay defense. Sure, the Niners defense is vulnerable on the back line. I'm just not sure if Dak Prescott is going to be able to punish them for that, because Dallas probably will not be able to run the ball against the Niners' stout run defense, so it's going to really be all on Dak. And their O-line has played decent in the latter stages of the season, but that Niners D-line was eating against the Seahawks, so it'll remain to be seen there. And Brock Purdy played excellent in his playoff debut. I think he might make a couple mistakes against this Dallas defense, but I just think that with the plethora of weapons, they will move the ball all day against this Dallas defense, and they will win this game. 3.5 points is too short in this spot, so give me the Niners to cover the spread there. And with all my predictions being said, let me know what you guys think of my divisional round picks. Are you guys on the underdogs spread-wise this week, or are you taking more of the favorites? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.